Kazemeni with Samira's Network, and I'm so excited today with you. I have Richard Norton, actor, with us today on our television show. We're so honored and so excited to have you, such an amazing, accomplished actor on our show today. So please introduce yourself to our audience.
Thank you. My name is Richard Norton. I'm from Australia, out here in Los Angeles, having attended a premiere of a previous movie we finished with Cynthia Rothrock called Black Creek, and a few other things, and catching up with a lot of friends. So it's a pleasure to be here with you.
Thank you so much. We were actually at the premiere as well, and the movie was phenomenal. Congratulations, Cynthia Rothrock, and congratulations on an amazing, amazing character. You were amazing. One of the main roles.
A bad guy.
Bad guy, yes.
Samira's not pointing out as a bad guy. So not only did I get killed in the, I also get beaten up before I got killed, which is always the passage of the baddies. But it's actually a lot of fun playing a bad guy. You know why? Because you can do anything. Your job is to get the audience hating you, which makes your job a little bit easier. If you play the hero, you got to do everything and make everybody like you, so it makes it a little easier. So it was a lot of fun.
Well, congratulations. I don't think they could have found any better actor to play the role. So yeah, it was phenomenal. So tell me a little bit about your experience. You guys were in Arizona?
Yeah, we shot in Arizona, very near Tombstone City, which, by the way, I got to visit. And for a Aussie kid, I used to grow up watching a lot of westerns, of course the movie Tombstone. So to actually visit the real place, that was exciting. And I still remember they showed us one of the main hotels where you can stay, and they said over the last century something like 70 people died in gun battles outside this particular saloon. So that was pretty cool. Look, it was a tough shoot. Black Creek was tough. It was night. It was desert. So in other words, you got heat during the day, and then at night it was freezing cold. But hey, welcome to the world of filmmaking. You know, that's what it takes to get the right atmosphere and everything to a movie. Yes, that was good.
Well, yeah, I know everybody was a martial artist in the movie almost, right?
Yeah, a lot of people, not everybody. You know, it was a Kickstarter, so there were a lot of people that were investing in the movie, got to be in the movie as a result. So, you know, kudos to them. And yeah, and I think it turned out exceptionally well. Look, it was a hard shoot in that, you know, I worked on Mad Max Fury Road and the latest Furiosa movie. I was in both those movies as well as the fight coordinator. And the difference is you've got like $200 million to play with, you know. So suddenly you get something like Black Creek. Everybody's just got to really throw in and do whatever they can to get the best end result you can without having the luxury of a big budget, you know, that you can shoot and go over time and add some weeks onto the shoot. We just had to do it with a shoestring budget, and I'm amazed at how well it turned out. So hopefully the martial arts audiences and others are going to really enjoy it.
Oh, we loved it, absolutely. We loved everybody who was in it, and the characters. And I know you've played in over 100 movies.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough. I started my career in 1979 in a Chuck Norris movie called The Octagon. And that came about through a partner of mine, Bob Jones, in Australia, coming out to the US. And he came over in 78, met different people, invited Chuck to come out to Australia to demonstrate on some kickboxing shows. In fact, we were the first ever kickboxing shows in Australia. Chuck came out, he was demonstrating in the different states we visited. I was demonstrating Japanese weapons or Okinawan weapons. So we became very close friends, and Chuck said, look, if you end up in California anytime, look me up and we'll do some training. I actually at that stage didn't have any plans to be in the US. Cut to a year later, since 73, I'm giving you a whole lot of background here. 73 I started working as a personal bodyguard, worked with the Rolling Stones, Joe Cocker. And at that stage, I was working with Linda Ronstadt, and Linda wanted me to come out to California and work for her full time as her personal bodyguard. And I was also, again, working with David Bowie. I worked with David Bowie for 8 years with Fleetwood Mac, Stevie Nicks, ABBA, remember the Swedish pop group ABBA, I was with them. So anyway, I ended up in California, and the first person I called was Chuck. Chuck invited me to his house. He used to live in Rolling Hills Estates, out past the airport. We started training every morning, and he was in pre-production for The Octagon, one of his early ninja-based movies. And he asked me if I would play his main nemesis in that movie, another bad guy. By the way, I point out, not a bad guy, just misunderstood. We'll justify why everything we do is okay. But anyway, so that was the start of a career, and I'm suddenly on this set with Chuck Norris, Benny the Jet Urquidez. Benny wasn't in that fight. Philip and Simon Rhee, who are legendary martial artists, Bong Soo-han. Anyway, I find him on this set, and I'm like, how good is this? I'm actually working with my passion, which is martial arts, and I'm getting paid for it. And again, I had no aspirations to get into movies when I came out. So that led on to a few more movies with Chuck. I worked on Walker, Texas Ranger, and then I auditioned for a movie called Force 5 that was shot in 1981. That was with another legendary martial artist of the day, Joe Louis. And that was my first lead, and off I went. I went to the Philippines and Thailand and Hong Kong and everywhere, doing pretty much action-based movies. And now it's 100 movies. Look, wow. A lot of them not big budgets necessarily, but I have no regrets with the journey I've had. I've got to travel the world, working with amazing people, and doing what I love. And you think about it. I often say that most people, and I'm generalizing, are probably doing 9-to-5 jobs that they hate, and they're waiting till they get to 60 or 65 and retire, and then they're going to start to live. To which I'd say, well, good luck if you make it. With my career, I've traveled the world doing what I love and making a living out of it. So I feel very, very fortunate, and the journey still continues. Still got another couple of movies lined up. After this.
You're so young. You have a lifetime. I grew up in Thailand. So.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So I'd love to know. Tell me a little bit about your trip to Thailand.
Well, one of the movies I did there was a Jackie Chan movie, Millionaires Express. Cynthia Rothrock, our mutual friend, and I worked together in that. I did 5 movies in Hong Kong with the legendary Jackie Chan and Samma Hong. And one of them we ended up in Thailand, so that was fun. I also did another movie called Sword of Bushido that I did the lead in, an action movie that's getting a new Blu-ray release sometime soon. So that was fun. I don't even remember exactly. Phuket, I think we filmed in.
Oh, so pretty. It's by the islands.
Yeah, in the islands, and it was wonderful, and the people were wonderful. So. A great experience. I haven't been there in quite a while.
Yeah,
Philippines, I spent a lot of time doing movies in the Philippines, and that was exciting.
Who is the best actor you worked with, and why? Most memorable actor?
Well, it depends what you mean. The best actor person, of course, is Chuck, because Chuck was such a dear friend. When I came out, he befriended me and gave me an incredible start in the entertainment industry that I wouldn't have had without his help. He also introduced me to so many amazing martial artists here in the US that I, as an Aussie coming out, would probably have never had the chance to meet. So I thank him so much for that. In fact, I love telling people Chuck was actually best man at my wife Judy in my wedding. And I say the reason we got him as best man is in case anybody started any shit at the reception. It's a joke. But he's still a dear friend. We went and stayed with Chuck and his wife Gina in Hawaii some time ago, and hopefully we're going to visit again soon. So from that point of view, a legendary martial artist, but also a legendary friend, and I really appreciate that.
And I know you live in Australia. What is life different in Australia than in the States? How's life different?
It's not a lot different, except it's just not the same pace. I mean, people forget Australia is the size of mainland America. It's a huge country. Everybody pretty much lives on the coast, but we've only got like 26 million people. I mean, what have you got? 340 million out here. So it's a lot less intense, you know, but it's wonderful. There's a lot of movies being shot in Australia now, because you can find places north of Australia that look like Florida, Miami, all those places, or you can find places where I live in Melbourne that look like San Francisco. So, in other words, again, looking at the whole landscape, it's not a lot different. But of course it is, and the only thing is that you guys in America have a funny accent and we don't.
I love that. Yeah. I love that. And I know you have 4 more movies coming out. Would you like to share that?
No, well, there's a few. The last one I worked in was Furiosa, which I was in, Mad Max. And by the way, you asked me about actors. I tell you, well, there's a couple, but one that's really memorable that I worked with was the Australian actress Margot Robbie.
Okay.
You know, who's just she's got her own production company. She's just the girl next door. She is the loveliest person, so professional, so committed. I absolutely loved working with her. And then you have another iconic Aussie in Chris Hemsworth, who in Furiosa was playing the main bad guy, following my trail. And what an incredible human being. And the guy's a specimen. I mean,
nice.
I got to tell you, funny, and I'd been working on Furiosa. And by the way, I'm in the movie, but bit of a bookend. I was in Fury Road a lot more, but I was mainly working as a fight coordinator. So I called Judy after a few weeks on location in a place called Broken Hill, and Judy says, "Oh, have you met Chris Hemsworth yet?" I said, "Yeah, I met him a couple of weeks ago." I said, "Oh, how was he?" I said, "Fuck him." And Judy said, "What do you mean, fuck him?" I said, "Fuck him. He's 6'4". He's built like a brick shit house. He's an amazing person. Like, he's the loveliest guy, so professional. I said, "He's even got perfect skin." And Judy's laughing. You say, "You even noticed he had perfect skin?" I said, "But don't worry, I'll find something wrong with him. Just give me a few weeks." So anyway, it's been great. But I've got there's a couple
of... You meet so many people in these journeys.
I know, and that's the great part about it too. And amazing people. I was lucky enough to go to New York and train Scarlett Johansson for Ghost in the Shell. Spent some months there, and then went to New Zealand for that shoot. And she's funny, she's sharp, and she's amazing. So yes, I've been very fortunate to get to actually befriend some amazing people. The next movie I've got coming up is a film called Sacrifice that we'll shoot in January. The reason I'm excited about that is it's a drama. There's no action whatsoever. I play a lifetime Australian military dad who's still in the military. He's got PTSD, on medication, and he's got a son. Halfway through the movie, he finds out his son, by the way, is a sergeant in the military, and he finds out his son is gay, and he's vehemently against gays in the military. So it's quite topical, you know, with a lot of attitudes to that in today's like woke society. So it's a lot of drama. There's incredible scenes. And when the producer, this Lucinda, called me and asked me if I'd do it, I said the only reason I'm saying yes is because it scares the shit out of me. I have no idea how I would play this role because I don't have any fight stuff to back it up with. But I've already been doing a lot of research, talking to a lot of military personnel and ex-military that suffer PTSD. And that's the other thing I love about this industry is I have learned so much just about life and PTSD and how many people are affected, you know, with post-traumatic stress disorder, which is not just for military people. There's a lot of people in life had it. So I get to sort of talk to real people and get a real understanding, and they're absolutely life lessons. So that's exciting. There's a martial art movie we're going to also shoot in Australia. It's a kids martial arts movie.
Nice.
I'm not sure who the lead. I've got one of the lead roles in it. I've been cast in. Jason Statham is considering it. I wouldn't say yet. It's certainly not confirmed, but you know, if that was the case and he ended up doing it, I mean, that would be amazing. That's called Rise of Heroes. So look, even at my age, we're still working, we're still getting offered jobs, so I'm excited.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Well, it was so nice. No, so nice having you on our show. Is there anything else you'd like to share to our audience?
No, that's it. I'm happy to be, my wife and I, we lived here for 37 years. It's only late we've been spending more time back in Melbourne, Australia, but just to come back and catch up with old friends and everything, it doesn't beat that. And honestly, with the journey I've had, when I look at the movies, people say, oh, do you wish you did bigger budget movies or whatever? And I said, I have no regrets. The reason I didn't hang out for more A-grade movies is, first of all, I was just excited to work. So if I got offered a job, I was like, yep, okay. And I also realized that acting wasn't my passion. I mean, I believe I'm adequate for sure. But if I was as passionate about acting as I am about martial arts, I would have been in acting school 7 days a week. Film was a way for me to sort of earn an income to be able to spend more time in the dojo training. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But the biggest thing is the friends I've made, It's just the relationships and the friends through these movies. I'm catching up with people that I haven't seen, some of them in 20 years. And that's exciting, And usually the common denominator for all that, for me anyway, is martial arts. We're all martial artists. Just love what we do, and we get to hang and talk a whole lot of shit about martial arts and where it's at today, and you can't beat that. That's exciting.
I love that. Wow. Well, your wife Judy and you are amazing.
Thank
We're
you.
so honored to.
I'm a little more amazing than Judy, right? Or not?
Both.
She'll kill me for that.
You are just a successful actor, but an amazing human being, both of you.
Thank you.
We see you not just an amazing, accomplished actor, but the short time we know you, wonderful friends.
Thank you.
And I hope this will last a lifetime.
Absolutely.
And I wish you a lot of success. And where would people find you if they want to contact you?
Well, I'm on Facebook. There's a couple of Facebook pages. You can message me. You know what Facebook's like. It has like 5,000 friends, and that's a limit. But there's another Facebook page that people can come on, and send me messages. I'm Instagram, RJNorton70. It's my Instagram address. And even that I'm excited about, because my friend Faraboz, the Persian who I'm staying with, is teaching me all about Instagram. And I realized I know bugger all about Instagram. I was using about 1% of what it's capable of. So now I'm excited to put a whole lot of posts and stories on Instagram. So there's that. That's the best way. And, people can always message me. Just keep it above board. You know what keyboard warriors are about. So I've got to be very careful. But yeah, that's the best way to contact me anyway.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining Samira's Network. Until next week.
Thank you. All the best to all you fans out there. Thank you.
Thank you.